everybody, it's Uncle Scott. Welcome back to the QwerkyReax channel, and we're trying a brand new artist today. I love it when this happens. I actually got a comment over on Buy Me a Coffee, and someone said, you know, they were a big Ren fan. Well, I'll just show it to you. Here it is. And as you can see, they said, big Ren fan, but my latest rabbit hole is RAYE. I would dearly love you to check out her song and music video Genesis. See if you like her. She's a genre bender like Ren and is super deep. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, yeah, I mean, I've got to check that out. I'm always into like new music, but also if we're going to do some Ren comparisons, then I definitely got to check this person out. And then while I was searching for the video just now on YouTube to like pull it up, I saw that like it was only a few weeks ago, I think, that she was on The Daily Show. I'll show a screenshot of that real quick too. So I think she's just starting to become like more and more known, which is kind of cool. So if you haven't heard of her, maybe you can learn about her now, just like I am. The person who left that note on Buy Me a Coffee said that they're from Australia. So maybe she has more of a fan base overseas. RAYE, I'm talking about. I also kind of dig, I think it's kind of kismet that the name of this song that we're about to watch is Genesis. And Genesis by Ren is one of my favorite songs of his. Not that I think I have a song that I don't like by Ren, but you know what I mean. So I have no idea what's coming here, guys. I'm assuming it'll be cool because if a renegade suggests it, I'm down. So I figured we would jump right into it. And yeah, just press play, right? I don't think I have more of a setup for this one. It's just kind of, let's check it out. So this was a spur of the moment. Wasn't what I was planning on running today, but I figured, why not? Got to check out new things when you get offered them. So going with the flow. All right, here we go. RAYE, Genesis.
They say the 20s are the best years of your life, but I seem to be spending mine missing sunsets. Cause I'm busy on my phone observing everyone else, how I compare and obsess, just me, my phone and these walls. And I've been sober for some months, but I can feel the demons waiting on my downfall. Since I'm so ugly and irrelevant, I've been losing friends as if I'm trying to get rid of them. I googled why I'm so desperate for validation and sedatives, calling men who don't give a about me.
Oh, that's cool.
When my mother called, I pretend I'm busy. I'm trying to end up anywhere except from where I've been. Cutting clothes, bed bound and fed me. And this devil on my shoulder, man.
Okay, I'm not trying to stop right in the middle when she's in the middle of this phrase, but like how meta is this to do it as if they're videos inside of each phone, and as you pull out, you realize you're inside of another phone. That's really dope. I'll back it up, but that's really, I dig that concept is what I'm trying to say.
Cutting clothes, bed bound and fed me. And this devil on my shoulder, man, I'm trying to shake him off. My ex is on my timeline, it's as if he's showing off. My self-esteem is face-tune and ring lights. My ego is conquering new heights. I think I need some. Do you need some?
Okay.
We all need some. I lied, I don't think I know I need some.
Whoa.
I need some light, sweet sunshine to feel alright. I see a sad little sinner in the mirror. The devil works hard, like my liver. I don't wanna be alive, I don't wanna die. Fist full of pills, you're a nobody. Bang, bang, that's depression at the door again. You know he'll beat the door down till you let him in the room. Since you already acquainted, you skip the foreplay. Grips you at the neck cause you prepare to be screwed. You try to muster a flair to tell somebody you're sinking, but anxiety is an index finger pressed to your lips. A whiskey bottle it whispers since you're already bitter. A cocktail fit for a quitter. Come here and give me a kiss.
Okay, so a couple of things right away. First of all, I definitely dig the vibe. I love what she's doing with the music, but also props to her cinematographer. Like, they're doing some really cool shots here. I don't know if you guys are like super paying attention. I mean, I'm assuming you are, but you probably, what I mean by that is you're probably listening to the music maybe more than looking at the film stuff that's happening. And I can't help but think they did a really cool thing there with the reflection not the reflection, it's the shifting of the light of her mouth inside the glass when her face was like over here. I'll go back another time to make sure we catch it, but you'll see it coming up where she's doing stuff, but then it's making like it moved her mouth because of the refraction of the light inside the glass that it was shooting through. That's a dope concept, and took a very simple setting like just her at a table like this with some lighting and the right angle of the camera and made something super dope. So I love it when that kind of stuff happens. Also, I totally get some Ren vibes here because she's talking about some of the things, like even with that kind of poetry she did before she got to this, different flow, if you will, of the song. Excuse me. She was saying, like, I see my ex in my timeline, like he's showing off. And then you see that she's standing on the top of a building looking down, like she's contemplating doing some stuff. Like you can tell it's a lot, and then she's talking about her anxiety. You could tell there's a lot of like inner stuff going on. Hold on. Sorry about that. Wow. I muted that cough so that you didn't have to hear it, but there's something stuck right there. Anyway, there's a lot going on in this video, and I dig it. I dig it a lot. Take a look at what I'm talking about and see if you dig it too. The thing with the lips and the mouth and the refraction of the light. That also means they had to do her makeup right so that it stood out more. Like there's a lot of thought that went into this. I like it.
To tell somebody you're sinking, but anxiety is an index finger pressed to your lips. A whiskey bottle, it whispers, since you're already bitter. A cocktail fit for a quitter. Come here and give me a kiss.
That's cool. How went different ways.
I edit my pictures to make my waist look slimmer, make my ass look bigger so that I'm someone you aspire to. Let me in your algorithm, please. I know I'll only be important if I'm someone you would like, follow, share and subscribe to. If you're thirsty like me, mix some pity with some self-hate. Stir it up, then add 12 ounces of rosé. It's how I make the glass half empty and drink it down. Close words and the insecurities. Here lies a story, little soul. She doesn't even know what to pray for. Still just a hot broke bitch. I traded the back of the nightclub I did for the bathroom floor. I wish I could call my ex. He would know just what to say. He don't say nothing at all now. Cause I didn't mind. The only thing I rely on him to do is stay declining my calls now. See us all, little Simone. In the mirror, never works hard. Break my liver. I wanna be.
Yeah, that's kind of a bar too in the chorus. Like the devil works hard like my liver. Think about how much that's saying just in that one sentence. Like, and I'm extrapolating to what I think she means. So if I'm not correct, that's that's what art is, right? But the devil works hard. So there's bad things happening to her. And the way she's coping with that is by drinking more or basically doing damage to her body, because when you drink more, what happens? Your liver works harder. Or when you take certain medications, it affects your liver. Your liver works harder to filter that stuff out. Like the liver is your filtration system. So that's and I'm guessing that's why she put it in the chorus, is because it's such a perfect way to encapsulate, like, hey, like shit's going bad right now. And I'm trying to cope. And the way I'm coping is maybe not the healthiest way, because I'm taxing not just my soul, but my body. And that's kind of like, she did that all in one like verse. And that, shout out to the person who suggested this, is very Ren-like. And if you're a renegade, you know exactly what I'm talking about. We can think of hundreds of examples of where he just says like one line and you're like, how the hell did you come up with that, bro? Like in freaking The Hunger, when he's like, what is it? I'm grinding up my beef. You know, I'm always, I can't remember it now, but you know what I'm saying. Like he's got like so many lines like that. And of course, they're just escaping me right now. I don't know why only half of that one came to me. And it's going to come to me later. Like as soon as I'm done recording, I'm going to be like, it was this. Yeah, I know. Don't know if I backed up. So here we go.
Self-esteem. A little boy without a father tries to find him in the streets. The girl I used to walk to school with took her life, now rest in peace. Fake democracy, killing overseas, killing ourselves. Suicide, government lies, discrimination, hating ourselves. Why hope, why keep going, why try, why? Genesis 1 verse 3. I'll dry my eyes. The only thing which darkness cannot coexist is the light. In the mirror, the devil works hard. With my liver.
What just happened? What just happened? This is kind of crazy because it's like a completely separate, it's not even a different flow. It's a completely different, like, it's like a completely different genre of music, but inside the same song. And she's already kind of done that from the beginning, where she was kind of doing that, you know, poetic, almost slam poetry kind of reading at the beginning. But that kind of had a nice blend of going into, you know, what we've been watching for like the last 3.5 minutes, which was what we were just jamming to. And then this just went to like a brass band quartet or something like that. It sounds very boogie woogie bugle boy. Say that 10 times fast. Jeez. But hopefully you know what I mean. It sounds almost swing bandish just from the start here. I mean, I don't know where it's going to go, but that was, I don't know, that was almost jarring. Like it's a whole new different song. I'm trying to figure out where the hook is. Sorry, I'm in my head too much. Let me just let it play. Let's see where this goes. It's kind of crazy though, right?
Teachers, for all the builders and the cleaners.
Wait, is this like okay. Guys, I think this is a coda to the first, like to the beginning song. So like she's in the first part of this, in the first 4 minutes of this, we saw her talking about what she's going through, the struggles that she's dealing with, how she's coping with it, and everything else, which is, you know, bro, wait, okay. Follow me on this. So she's talking about in that, let's take from the title. Is it possible, and you guys can tell me if you know her music or if you were thinking the same thing in the comments, but here's what I'm getting from it. Was she saying like, you know, this pain and the struggle that I go through, similar to Ren, is the genesis of where my art and my creativity comes from. Okay. So the way I cope with those things, the way I cope with, you know, my ex showing off in my timeline, and the way I cope with these bad feelings that I have, or these like, you know, tendencies that I have, is through my art, through my music. By making the music, I'm releasing those emotions in a different way. But then she's doing a double meaning here, because then she slaps this coda on the end of it, because it was too jarring of a music change. The beat changed, the style changed, the genre changed. I mean, it literally sounded right there like the beat from Boogie Woogie Bugle Boy of Company B. Like that. I mean, I could have sang that chorus with it, with what she was singing, and it would have matched. So she changed. And what is that? That's an older, old-timey kind of music, right? If, sure, it sounds great now and a lot of people repurpose it, but it originated older than what she was doing before that. And look at what the video is showing us. Not just what it's showing us, look at the style of it. Even the screen that I'm on right now looks very home video, right? And who are all those people that she's singing about it? I think those are members of her family. And I didn't put it together until she just said, and shout out to the teachers. And then you see all these teachers in a school. I bet you those are the teachers from where she went to school, because that was the genesis of who she is as a person. So we're in this one music video, we're getting the genesis of her art, and we're getting the genesis of who she is in here. Bro, tell me that's not tight. Tell me, dude, I think that's a pretty good theory of what's happening here. I could be completely wrong. Totally could be completely wrong. But I'm vibing with this. I think I'll stop talking. You guys tell me. I mean, I really love, sometimes I see in the comments where someone's like, I didn't even think of it that way, but here's what I'm thinking. Or they say, that's what I was thinking too. Like, what I really love about this channel is that we come together musically and we're talking about what the different impressions of the art that people are putting out there. I think it's so healthy for us spiritually, and I think it's so like amazing for us. Like, I'm a big energy person, believing in like there's energy out there and we all kind of like vibe with each other, and you know, we know we don't like people when we don't vibe with them, kind of thing. And I feel like when we're all listening to the same art and talking about how we interpret it, it's just really like, I don't know, it's invigorating to me. I love it. I hope it is for you too. Maybe that's why you watch my videos. I don't know. But I think this theory isn't, I mean, we still got like $1.45 left on this, so we'll see. But I think that's a pretty solid theory, guys, of what the point of this song is. Anyway, we'll listen more here.
All the fathers and the teachers, for all the builders and the cleaners, for all the farmers and the chefs and the train drivers, yes, the nurses and the doctors. God bless.
Sorry, real quick. I'll bet that she grew up in Selhurst. Like, I almost want to stop right now and look up if she grew up in, you know what, I'm doing it. I don't care. Like, why not, right? Ray Singer, hometown. No, it says Croydon. I don't know enough about. She was born in Tooting, London. But where's that next to Selhurst? Like, I don't know where these things are. Tooting, London map. Yeah, maps. And then let's see if I do like directions from Selhurst. Oh, that's a trip though. That's like a 2-hour trip. Oh no, it's a 2-hour trip walking. Hold on. Let's switch to freaking car or train. Wait, yeah, it's only 5 miles away. 5 miles away. What'd I say? This is holding my theory right now. This is holding my theory. Because that's probably like the train stop for Tooting where she grew up. Or maybe she was born in Tooting, but she lived in Selhurst. It's all suburbs of London from what I'm seeing on the map here. But they're 5 miles apart, guys. Yo. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I love figuring out riddles. And that's what this feels like to me. All right, let's keep going.
Let the pay rise, let the pay rise. Oh, let there be light. For all those overworked and underpaid and dreams are somewhere out of sight. Let there be light. Single mothers all alone. The baby
that, girl.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm talking about. Bro, that was tight. That was tight. That ending, when it first popped up, I didn't think I was going to dig it because I was like, whoa, that was a hard right turn. Like, musically, you went from this to a completely different sound and genre. And it was like, there wasn't even a through line. And I think the through line is her history. And I think she approached that whole last part of it with the way she was singing to the young girls and pointing at the camera and stuff like that as wanting to give back and inspire the people from her hometown that, like, look, I came from here and look what I did. Like, I'm now singing and out there and doing my music and you can do it too. Yo, which also is very much a message of Ren. Like, you can all do this. Believe in yourself. Believe in your art. That's like the whole thing he's saying to himself in High Ren. Yo, I vibe with this way too much. And I really loved the band stuff at the end. I was getting into that, man. Obviously. You guys, I wonder, you must think I'm like a bobblehead over here sometimes, the way I'm dancing to the music. I never said I wasn't white. I get it. Yo, thank you so much for suggesting this. Guys, I can't express to you enough how much I love getting new music suggestions from you, or when you're like, hey, I saw you listen to this artist, but did you hear this song by them? Like, that's how I came across Penitence by Ren. I hadn't even heard that song, and then someone was like, I didn't see this on your channel, bro. You got to check it out. Like, seriously, one of the best things about setting up this buy me a coffee thing has been that, like, when people, you know, send money, which again, never any pressure, but they're saying too, hey, like, did you see this thing? And you don't even have to do that. You can do it in the comments too of YouTube. I'll just be honest with you. I see stuff more from Buy Me a Coffee. Their notification system is so much better than YouTube, like so much better. But that's no pressure. I try to go through the YouTube comments too. So believe me, and a lot of you have seen, if you mention it on the YouTube channel, I catch a lot of that stuff and I keep it all in the spreadsheet of songs that are coming up. So please don't stop doing that. I just want to express, I love this. Like, I would never have heard of this person. Like, I don't watch the musical acts on The Daily Show. I wouldn't have noticed that. You know, I watch when Jon Stewart's on, and that's about it. This was a whole vibe. I loved it. I really think this was her origin story. That's kind of dope and kind of a cool way to do it. Like, this is kind of her version of High Ren, right? Like, this is where all of this is coming from. Yeah. Bet. I'm all about this. I'm going to go listen to it again, guys, but I won't torture you with that. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, you know I appreciate you. Please keep the comments for new music coming in the please keep the new music comments coming because I appreciate it so much. And stay tuned to the channel. Lots of exciting stuff coming ahead. I won't bore you with the whole list again as I've been doing all week, but there are some very cool things coming in the next couple of weeks. Thanks again, guys. This was awesome. And remember, don't wait for life to be easy to be happy.